Hello ladies and gentlemen, Messerschmitt 100 here, back with another tank review. Today it is the Soviet Tier 2 premium light tank, the Tetrarch. I just jump right into the core of the case. Is it good? No. Not I found. I really can't find anything special about this tank, except from maybe a little bit higher speed. This tank is very poorly armored. Actually, I have now set up to combine with the other light tanks at the same tiers. So, I mean, all the premium light tanks at the same tier. So, let's get up the comparisons with vehicle details to the other premium light tanks at this tier. Okay, let's show it over there. Okay, here we got 5 tanks. Now let's compare them. Let me just fix some stuff here. Right, let's compare them to the Tetrarch. First we start with one of my favorite Tier 2 tanks, the light tank T1E6, American. But what you can see immediately at all of these vehicles have more hit points than the Tetrarch. I mean everyone. Even if the light VLC has no VIC, sorry, has only 10 hit points more. It's still more. Both the American and the Japanese have 20 more hit points, and the Panzer II-D has 210 hit points. That is 70 more than the Tetrarch, which is incredible for such a shit tank. But the point is, it is really not enough. Especially considering this is a very rare tank and very expensive. You're going to buy onto eBay. It costs a whole lot. I think it was $30. I might check that up later. But that is seriously not worth it. Especially now you consider its top speed, it's 64 kilometers an hour. The top speed on the American T1E6 is 48, 42 on the Japanese Teir, 52.5 at the Mark VIC, and 55 for the Panzer II-D. So this is the fastest one. It is one of the fastest tanks at Tier 2. But now I get over to the armor. The Tetrarch has 14mm in the front, 14 at the sides, and 10 at the rear. I think I said 14 at the front, but it has 16. The others, the American has 15 in the front, 6 side and rear. The Japanese has 12 in the front, 10 side, and 8 at the rear. The turret has 12mm in the front, and 10 at side and rear. The light VLC has 14mm on the front, 13 at side and 6 at the rear on the hull, 14 front and side of turret, and 11mm in the rear of the turret. The Panzer II-D has 30mm in the front, the most of all of these tanks, 14 sides and rear, 14, 14, 14 on the turret. This tank can, if it gets hit, it penetrates. So simple. It isn't a Panzer II-J, although it isn't as rare as a Panzer II-J, but it is still quite rare to see them in battle still. And for price the Wargaming puts up for them, I got it from my friend in the Sherman building set. And I can say now, I mean, if I should buy the bonus code example on eBay, or just with the probably quite a large amount of gold with Wargaming's packages when it comes out, it will still not be worth it. It's a piece of shit because if you get hit, you get penetrated, and I have played a few battles, but I just die all the time. The only thing you can use is speed, but when you're cornered off, you just die, and it's just quite boring. Rate of fire. Now actually, let's just see on the guns later. Turret traverse is 41 degrees second. It feels much slower. It has only the Panzer II D has better turret traverse 44 degrees. Rate of fire. Yeah, I'll come back to that. Sorry. Rear range. The TK and the Mark VIC has 40 meters better view range, and the Panzer II Aus D has 60 more view range meters. That's not good either. Signal range of 500 meters, that tops everyone, so it's good in that respect. But really, who gives a shit about signal range? Traverse speed on the vehicle is I feel it is sluggish at 47 degrees. They're pretty similar, not as quite as good. The close comparison is the Panzer Aus D with 45 degrees of turret. I mean hull traverse, and the lowest goes for the TK and the Mark VIC at 36 degrees, but the light tank T1E6 has a 38 turret traverse width. But really, it is not a whole lot of difference between these tanks. The engine power, the T1E6 is better, not the TK, not the Mark VIC, and the Panzer II Aus D and the Tetrarch has the same horsepower in the engine. Although the Tetrarch is not the lightest. The Mark VIC and the TK is lighter than the vehicle, but it is not good for ramming. I mean, it has only 60 millimeters in the front. It is a paper bag, and yeah, as I said, for the amount of price that you have to pay for this thing, as I said, I got it as a gift, so I didn't have to pay anything. I would say this is not worth it. I don't even know why it is a rare tank at all. It is nothing special about it, except for that it is a rare tank. I mean, seriously, what is this thing? I thought the Panzer II D was bad, but this thing, I mean, the Panzer II D has better armor, except from the front of the turret. The rest is either the same or a little bit better, actually. That is seriously not good. I mean, really, get this thing some armor. Please. I mean, I don't give a shit if this thing can just... If this thing goes a little bit faster than the others. How much more faster? 10 kilometers per hour faster? It is real not... It can be quite a lot in some situations, but... Here, unless you are in the right situations, you're just going to die. I mean, in the city battles, forget it. You're close to useless. And now we get over to the guns, which is shockingly similar when you think about that these things goes for how much, €3 each or something, for €3 for the T1 127. This thing costs €3, and it's a lot better than this thing. It has pretty much, it has over twice the armor of the Tetrarch. And that is a huge problem. So, gun comparison. Many of these are autoloaders, but I'm going to compare some of them anyway. The Tetrarch gun, the TK Type 98. Put it right there. And actually the T127. Now apparently, I'm not going to look at the autoloaders just yet. Apparently this is a Tier 4 gun on a Tier 3 vehicle. I'm just going to move these aside a bit. Something like this. Right. Oh. Okay. Now let's look at these guns. The 2-pounder Mark 9A. It is actually a British gun on the Tetrarch. Nothing really special. It has 40 caliber, 40 millimeter caliber. The Japanese Type 98 gun has 37 millimeter caliber, and the gun on the T127 has 45 millimeter caliber. Now, problem: the gun on the T170 fires faster. The gun on Teir fires almost just as fast. And the Tetrarch is really nothing special about it. First, let's go for the penetration. It has the best penetration, but it is seriously not by much. It is 44 millimeters more than the gun on the Teir, which is quite a sufficient distance. It's 30% increase from the Teir. But when you move over to the 45mm gun on the T127, it is 51mm penetration, and it is only 13 more. And really, at this tier, it really doesn't going to matter. You're going to penetrate anyway. The only plus side is that the Tetrarch gun can penetrate a Panzer IIJ from the front. But here comes the problem: the damage. The 45mm gun on the T17 has more damage. Not by much, but it has more damage. And the Teir gun has the same damage, although that's only a 37mm caliber. And the 40mm caliber has the same damage. It should be a difference there. Accuracy. It's okay accuracy, really, at this tier, but I still kind of find it quite lacking in some situations. Aiming time. It has the longest aiming time of the guns. Not by a whole, just 0.1 second slower than the Japanese and 0.2 seconds slower than the T127. But yeah, wait, nobody really cares. So yeah, the guns are pretty damn similar. Why is this gun used on a premium tank? And why is it ranked at Tier 4? It has nothing to do up there. It is a Tier 2 gun, really. It is. Why giving it Tier 4? Maybe because it has a little bit better penetration, but really nothing else. I mean, this gun, apart from having better penetration than the others, it really lacks in other areas. I mean, the puny 45 damage this thing does when you meet Tier 3s. Let's see, how many shots it'll take to... Yeah, it will take 5 shots for to destroy a T127, and it will only take the T17 actually 3 shots to knock out a Tetrarch. So yeah, and now we get over to the autoloaders. Close this off. On the Panzer II, the horrible Tier 1 gun, the not as horrible, or quite good to use semi-automatic gun on the T1E6, and the machine gun, 50mm machine gun Bisa on the Mark VIC. So let us compare these with the autoloaders. Now keep in mind, this only show the damage of one shell, not all of them. What I found really shocking is that this is a 40mm caliber cannon. It's ranked at Tier 4, but look at what the T1E6 gets. The semi-automatic M1924A1 with a 37mm caliber, 5 shells in the magazine, 0.5 seconds real time between each shell, and for full reload it is only 5 short seconds. The damage is 33. Well, with other words, in 1 second. No, wait, a half second, because the shell is already in the chamber. This thing will have done more damage than the 2-pound gun on the Tetrarch. And for full reload, it doesn't really say the reload time there, but it has only about 3-second reload time. That's over half the time that the T1E6 needs to reload its entire magazine. And well, penetration isn't, of course, nearly as good. And no, sorry, I have been seeing wrong. It almost does the same damage in one shot as the 2-pound gun on Tetrarch. I mean, when this thing empties its magazine, if this thing gets into a fight with a Tetrarch, and it managed to unload the magazine, 5 times 30, that is 150 hit points. 140, bam, the Tetrarch will die within, how much will it be? Yeah, 2 seconds. Literally 2 seconds to kill the Tetrarch with this gun. And it will penetrate because it has 33mm penetration. The T1E6 is a better tank than the Tetrarch. Yeah, the horrible 2cm KVK 30 on the Panzer II-D, of course, doesn't have near as good penetration because this thing is a horrible piece of shit. So we actually just close that out because it isn't capably compared. And now the machine gun on the British, the 50mm beast machine gun, or actually 60 caliber machine gun. It has now keep in mind I say it is 50mm caliber, but it is, when you see like 50 caliber is 12.5, but this will actually be a 60 caliber. So 60 caliber machine gun Bisa. It has 40 shells in the magazine. Time between each shell is 0.14 seconds. Average penetration is 27, under half of the Tetrarch, and a little bit less than the M1924A1 gun, but still it will hold to penetrate the Tetrarch, more than enough. Average damage only 9, but when you have 40 shells in the magazine, well, you just do the math. 40 times 9 is... fucking hell. $360 damage. So for the long calculating time, I'm just tired. So, yeah. What you gotta do, mates? You just kill Tetrarch immediately with these 2 guns. These 2 autoloaders will seriously fuck up the Tetrarch. I mean, this thing doesn't stand a fucking chance. If these 2 manage to... Actually, the Tetrarch can't win at all. Because it has, a 3-second reload time, and within that time, the T1E6 has won. What's the point? I mean, seriously, it is lacking in so many respects to its price that you have to pay to get this shit. I'm telling you right now, it's not worth it. Not worth the trouble. You might have something unique to show off, but that's all. I mean, it is nothing really special about it. It is just an overpriced premium light tank. This should be given away, not sold for how many dollars it is now on eBay for a bonus code. It is just absurd. I was looking forward to the tank, and I was horribly disappointed. I haven't had a lot of battles in it, but every single fucking time I die. I mean, this thing in a Citadel battle, I mean, good luck. I mean, seriously good luck. I mean, other drivers are certainly better than me and might perform better in the tank, but just looking at the stats, this tank is a chore to have, because especially if you use a whole lot of money to get this bonus gold for this tank, and you sitting there with a pile of shit, you must be swearing now. Like, I would be swearing in 15 days after, if I bought it for that kind of money. It is not worth it at all. The only positive thing is the gun that has higher penetration than the rest, and with APCR, armor piercing composite rigid, can penetrate the Panzer IIJ from the front. But there's also other things that can penetrate the Panzer IIJ from the front, and that is actually a French vehicle. This one. Before we get it up, I have APCR in case I meet Panzer IIJs. So, and this thing is a lot better. It's taken off for sale now. It will only be available for special occasions. But still, this thing, yeah, bam, you kill him. The Großtraktor Krupp with high explosive anti-tank will also wreck Panzer IIJs. The S-35 with APCR will also destroy Panzer IIJs. You get the point. I mean, just to compare with one of the rarest tanks that you can get, is maybe not good when I don't have the Panzer IIJ, but you just don't get it. It is, I mean, someone just on the top of the list, it is Panzer IIJ or the other American premium light tank, which is absolutely rarest with a seriously long name, which I can't remember right now. It's the Panzer IIJ, often the BTSV, then often comes the Tetrarch, and that just wipe the Tetrarch right off. You really don't need it. I mean, this thing is not worth whatever you want to spend on it. It is not at all. And it's just lacking. I mean, Wargaming, if you want people to buy this tank and want me to recommend it overall, not that a lot of people will listen to me at this point in time because not have a lot of subscribers, but still, I mean, seriously, guys, if you really, really, really want this tank, go ahead. Don't come to me and complain about false advertising, alright? Because this thing got really problems. Also, a few more good things with it. It has quite good gun de-elevation, and elevation is very good. But why would that be a plus side when you can't take a hit from anything? This is just a massive load of disappointment. The statistics for my vehicle is, yeah, I only have 5 battles, victories 40%, but survived 20, only survived 1 battle. I should give you a hint. Hit ratio, yeah, aim my gun quite a lot. Damage ratio, it's okay. Armor use efficiency, I actually bounced probably from a mediocre gun. Average per battle, only 100 experience. Cost damage received, there we go. Not very good. Cost by assistance, blah blah blah, and he spotted. Maximum experience per battle, maximum damage per battle I have dealt is only 182, which is 3 shots with this gun. No, it's not 3. It is 4 or 5 shots with this gun. Yeah, it's the maximum amount of fire that and hit in a battle. Not a whole lot, and yeah, I haven't destroyed any vehicles at all. Yeah, awards. I have gotten one fire for effect, but I mean, I'm going to play it more and maybe come up with a secondary review later. But as it is now, I would say don't buy it. Really don't. It is not a lot better than the others. I mean, matter of fact, the T1 127 is a whole better. It's better crew trainer as well. It has 4 crews. This thing has only 3. And yeah, and it is quite a huge target compared to just taking the closest the tech here. It's quite a lot smaller. Now T1 is 6, a bit higher, but still thinner. The light VLC is. Sorry, let me just take to all of the light tanks first. Tetrarch, light VLC, pretty much the same size. Panzer II as D is longer and about just as wide. Yeah. Said attack here, quite a lot smaller target to hit. T26, much less wider. So really it is, yeah, not really good at all. You got some quite very good sloping front here, but I really think that it is not even 60 millimeters on this slope at all. I don't even know. I think maybe it also quite often less at the lower plate, which is it is actually the size of the Jagdpanzer E100's lower plate. Let's just actually let's go to the Jagdpanzer E100. Let's stop it. Okay, not maybe that large, but it is not actually far off. There's the Jagdpanzer E100's Teir 10 lower glacis, the Tetrarch. Now, when you see it as wide, it is just as wide as lower glacis, sorry, on the Jagdpanzer 100, and it is almost half as tall. So this is just a massive target for Teir 2s. I mean, it can go 64 km per hour, but if you don't have the chance to go 64 km an hour, you're dead. I'm sorry guys, if I disappointed any of you, I'm sorry. I'm just telling you the truth right now. Well, I will be much more positive in the later reviews of the tanks I'm going to have later. Example, later I'm going to have the T1E6, not maybe the video after this, but at a later time. And then I will have much more positive things to say, and hopefully a lot more positive things to say about maybe even this tank, or at least about the other tanks. Until next time, guys, well, if you'd like to see more of my content, then subscribe to my channel, and a like will of course be greatly appreciated. I'm now at the early stage of my video production. Today's video will have, as I can see up in the corner, quite low frame rate, unfortunately, but it is really, I really haven't shown anything large combat or turn vehicle a lot, so it shouldn't be a huge problem for you, I hope. But yeah, or even let me comment about how you feel about this tank. That will also greatly help me if I will come back to this tank later. But well, that was all for today. Well, keep your barrel clean, your ammo dry, and I'll see you on the battlefield. Thanks for watching.